And I think it's also the feeling that I was able to record today this way. Welcome back to Which Runs Boston. Today, I brought you to my long run. I thought about trying something different today. Welcome back to Which Runs Boston. Okay, so this is what happened. I went yesterday for a 2 hours long run, and I thought, why don't we make episode 7 about the 2 hours long run? I can reflect about my progress. And I also did it because of time efficiency purposes. I knew the weekend was going to be quite packed, didn't have too much time today to record, to edit, and to publish. So I said, okay, let's make the video while I'm running. But it turned out it was an epic failure. So let's take a look. I'm afraid my phone will fail. And I left the protector, the phone protector, at home. I don't think that was a good idea. If my phone falls today, or while I'm running, I think the screen will definitely be broken. Let's see. Okay, I mean, that's true. My phone, it's my camera. So without a phone, I have no camera. I cannot do videos, and of course, I cannot communicate to the world. So that part was not so bad, I would say. I mean, I can still hear myself, but I remember in the beginning, I was recording with my left hand, and the microphone was in the other side of my hand, so it's in a good position. And now I'm reflecting that everything after this video went down because I was recording with my hand in the same side of the microphone. And I think that was the main problem. Let's continue. Man, it's not easy. Maybe that's why. Stay this way. What am I doing? Oh. Okay, there's nothing here. So let's continue. Okay, so here, I think here's when I'm explaining my long run of the day, like what's the training about, how long am I going to run. I think it was like a 2-minute explanation. I think I did a great job explaining step by step what I was going to do, but let's see how that sounds. That guy who just passed by made me wait. Now I remember. I saw the guy like 100 meters away, and I'm like, I'm not gonna start this explanation until that guy passes by. So I was kind of embarrassed. First time I do this, so it's understandable, right? I think we can have this way. Let's see. Besides, what I'm looking for. I was training in the fourth long. Today is a 2 hours. And finally, this week. I'm sorry. I need to stop this. It's also better for your ears. So, I'm so sad. This didn't go through. Honestly, this is very sad. Okay, I'm gonna make a summary of this section. I was explaining that I was starting my 2 hours long run. Until this point, I had already covered 20 minutes, and my plan was to break down the long run in 2 blocks. The first block was going to be 10K, and those 10Ks were going to be 2K with a pace of 550, 2K with a pace of 540, and all the way down until I reach 5 minutes per kilometer. Okay. After I reached 10K, I was gonna run the second part of the run, which is 13K at 5 minutes per kilometer. That was my strategy for this specific long run. I wanted to get to almost marathon pace. Marathon pace for 450 for 3 hours and 30, which is what I want to run in Berlin, is 4:59. I wanted to run 13K at a steady pace at 5 minutes per kilometer. And this is what I wanted to say in this 2 to 3 minutes. But that's what happened. So let's continue with the second part.
So let's start off with the reason why I'm recording this episode like this way today. So, the last 2 weeks have been quite challenging, mostly with the way I'm managing my time. So, I came back to work after a month. Rental leave with our new daughter.
Okay. Again. Yeah, this is so unfortunate, really. So, one part that I like a lot around, or I mean, this part of the run, I really liked it because it was a reflection of why I was recording this training. First of all, I was mentioning that the last week has been quite challenging in terms of time management, and that's the reason why I wanted to, record this time while running, come back, do the editing and so on, because yeah, the weekend also was going to be quite packed with family priorities. Yeah, I heard a little bit here and there of what I was trying to say, but again, I'm not gonna put it for you guys. It's embarrassing. You cannot hear anything, and again, my ears, even though I'm not wearing my headphones, are just very disturbed. So yeah. Again, unfortunately, great view in the background, great weather. The sun was rising, and I'm very sad that.
Is that it fun? It's so challenging.
Okay, let's go to the next block.
So we're here now. 6:8. Just finished.
Okay, this is the winner so far. You cannot understand anything what I'm saying. Nothing. It's rubbish. It's worthless. It's just to laugh, honestly. So let's just react to it. Oh my god. I wanna cry, really. I wanna cry.
Maybe. 100%. Like really 30 days. That is everything this time.
Okay, I'm sorry. I cannot remember what I said here. I cannot even understand what I say here. Probably I was very deep into, reflecting and talking about how amazing I was feeling today because I rested 2 days, and how I wanted to go for a good long run. And yeah, I don't know. Anyhow, let's see. Next block.
This would be what happened with my sleep this morning. I noticed that. Like, pretty surprisingly, last month. It's a good. I don't worry from one side because I'm thinking, when I'm going fast, should I take it easier? But no.
Okay. I kind of remember this part. But it's so funny, like every time I was just recording, grabbing my phone, and everything was covered from the camera, and then when I put the camera, I'm like, okay, amazing, now I can just start talking, and nothing. It was just blocked. It was just a very bad way of recording. I'm so terrible at this. I don't know how other people do it. I just need to watch more of those videos, or yeah, next time just do a trial run during the week and then experiment like this. But I took so much risk trying to do this on the get-go. So yeah, anyhow, let's see. That's so funny. That part, I stopped because one guy was passing by, and I'm like, okay, I didn't talk because this guy is just passing through me. Oh my
I
god.
felt to listen to my body. That's what basically.
Okay, so what I'm saying here is that in the morning I saw my Garmin dashboard and I noticed that my pace has been increasing, or I have been increasing my speed quite drastically. Maybe I can put it in the camera now or in the screen, but I saw that I've been jumping from like 5:30 to 5:20 to 5:17, I think it is. So I was a little bit worried about that. Maybe I'm going too fast. Maybe I'm taking it. You know, the speed has been, yeah, it's been too quickly how I'm building up speed. But then in this part of the video, what I was saying is, well, if I'm feeling okay, if I'm feeling that my legs are responding, one learning from block one was to listen to my body. So that's what I was doing at that moment. And I also reflected that during the week. I rested 2 days, so I was kind of like looking for excuses that, you know, that made me decide, let's go for this pace. Like, let's not back down. Let's not be scared. Let's finish this run as I planned it from the beginning. And I think that's what I was saying in this part.
I need it. That's made me hard.
Okay, this one is also a little bit of reflection during the last 3 to 4 weeks. Something that I mentioned in block 2 is that I was going to do cross training twice a week. Well, what I say here is that that hasn't happened, not even once. So that's a learning I have for the past weeks. It's been very challenging for me to find time to also go to the gym. So I've been only running for the last 4 weeks. So if you remember block number 2 plan in my last video, I said, yeah, I'm gonna cross train Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I'm gonna have now speed run. Like that didn't go through. I mean, I've been consistent with my running, except this week that I got sick. But all the plans around going to the gym, cross training, it's not possible at the moment. I have no time. I need to manage my time better. Yeah, I think it is possible, of course. I need to make time, but it's just that I haven't been able to wisely allocate the time, new baby, work, family. So yeah, let's see. I think that's something that definitely I could improve moving forward. Next one.
Turns out that he's able to the pace.
Okay, this is one that I really regret. In the last part of the video, I was reflecting on 3 things that I thought about during my long run, and I wanted to expand describing why I was reflecting on those 3 things. At the end of my recording, I am talking inside the city about these 3 things. I hope that they are fine because I was not running anymore, I was walking. So yeah, in this part that it's here, I mentioned 3 things or 3 reflections. The first one, I was thinking a lot about stress management while running. The second one, I was thinking also about being grateful. And the last one, which I thought it was kind of like a consequence of the last 2, was the feeling of freedom. But let's fast forward now and see if at least by the end of this video I have those reflections properly recorded. So going back to the 3 reflections I was talking about. First of all, I think I'm able to reflect on these things purely based on the fact that I'm running, because I think otherwise I wouldn't have the capacity or the time to reflect on these things. This one went through. So yeah, I will just leave you with this part now. I think from that point on, I'm not running, I'm static, I'm talking to the camera. So that was it. This was the reaction of my epic failure. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had fun. I had fun watching it. Now let's just upload this video and finish episode 7. Thank Thank you for joining this, yeah, fun part. And yeah, thank you for reacting with me. And I'm happy. I'm happy that in the end I didn't have to scrap all of my video from yesterday. So, episode 7, here we are. Let's go. Let's finish this up. So, the first thing was that I was sick for a couple of days. I missed work. As you can imagine, so going back to the 3 reflections I was talking about. First of all, I think I'm able to reflect on these things purely based on the fact that I'm running, because I think otherwise I wouldn't have the capacity or the time to reflect on these things. So for the first one, I finished this week with, well, quite a high level of stress. So the first thing was that I was sick for a couple of days. I missed work. As you can imagine, work accumulates. It never reduces, or it's reduced. So I think yesterday I finished up with a list of very important things that I need to get done and that are also high priority. And in these 2 hours, I was able to break down all those problems. And it felt really good. I was able to take every specific problem that I encounter by the end of yesterday, Friday afternoon, understand how can I solve this problem, who can help me to solve this problem, what are the actions that I can take, and it feels really good. I mean, right now I feel with a lot of kilograms off my chest and off my shoulders, and I kind of already sketch up a plan in my brain, like visually. So I think that's the first reflection I had, and one of the, I think, main benefits that long runs on Saturday brings to my physical and also mental well-being. The second one is also being grateful. I think even though by the end of a week I had a lot of stress, I feel grateful about life. I tried to take those 2 hours also to thank God that there's always, well, not just always, there's another day and that I can do things better for my work, for my family, for my kids, for my physical health, for my well-being. And I was feeling very grateful today for my wife, for my partner in life, for my kids, how fast they're growing, how fast our older one is learning. So that's also how I was feeling so grateful. And yeah, I sometimes underestimate the fact that we are, in the state that we are right now. So I was feeling very grateful about that. And all of those 2 things together, I think, boils down to the third reflection. Maybe the third reflection is a consequence of the first 2, is the feeling of freedom. Again, motivated by running. Running for me, it's having this feeling of freedom. Run, feel yourself alive, active, and freedom of enjoying nature, freedom of run fast, slow, drink water. It's just a great feeling. And I think it's also the feeling that I was able to record today this way and get closer to what it really feels during my long runs, and now having this feeling that I can just put these things together and share the outcome of this long run and my progress in the last week. So I think that was also a great feeling along the way. Like, I'm already, you know, giving to my running journey a really cool update. Yeah, it's great to feel this freedom today. Now, ready to start the weekend, ready to spend some amazing time with friends and family, and yeah, go back at it again on Monday. Thank you for joining me today. Whoops. See ya. So let's take a look at the final stats. I just want to check the splits and how I did for every kilometer. As I said, I was going to run the first 10 kilometers gradually. So I was going to go from a very slow pace to faster pace. I was going to do blocks of 2K at 550, 540, 530, 520, and 510. Taking a look at my Garmin dashboard, I mean, I was not really consistent, so well, the challenge of recording, checking the pace made it a little bit challenging to go to those blocks in the first 10K. So the first K was perfect, 550, but then I was a bit too fast, 535. Then I slowed down in the next 2 kilometers and I averaged 540, so I did 556 and 545. The next two, which were supposed to be at 530, were also a bit fast and slow, but in the end I finished the 10K at 55 minutes. So average, it was fine, but the blocks were not that really consistent. Then after that, I was planning to go at 5 sharp for the next 13K. But as you can see here in the dashboard and in my stats, I started slightly faster with 458. Then I slowed down to 503, which in average is kind of 5. And then I was actually faster. So 452, 454, 555, 455. And then in kilometer 16, I did 501. And from there, I was averaging kind of between 458, 459 until the last kilometer that I actually did 519. And honestly, that last kilometer, I kind of walked the last 100 or 150 meters. So overall, the goal was achieved, 23K. I did the last 13K at an average of 5 minutes per kilometer. So we can say that this week number 4, besides being sick, ended up in a high note. Let's go. So this is it for today. Thank you for following me in my long run of this week. I had a lot of fun. It was some sort of experiment this time in this episode number 7. But yeah, even though it was a bit challenging, I had great fun. It was a new and great experience. So let's see if it's a format that we can try again, maybe in a longest run. So this is it for this week, for this episode. Week number 4, it's done. Very happy with the result today. Block number 2 has achieved the first quarter, and I'm looking forward for the week to come. More speed, longer runs, more kilometers. And yeah, let's see how we continue learning, continue improving, and getting ready for Berlin. And of course, on the road to Boston Marathon. Thank you very much for watching. This is Witching Runs Boston. See you on the road.